everybody, it's Mary at Yard Art or Us. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I am. I had a little competition just a few minutes ago with Ashley. Hopefully y'all can go back and see that if you didn't catch us live. She and I did a jigsaw competition, and I think she declared herself the winner and I declared myself the winner. There you go. That's how you do it. But we had a lot of fun. That's all that really matters. So I'm going to see if I can get this thing to show up and do some, I hope I'm on Yard Art. Hey Debbie, I hope that's Debbie. I hope I'm on Yard Art or Us Painters in the Making. Let me go try to go to more videos. I'm having a hard time getting my videos to show up, and I don't really know why, to the point where I can share. So I'm on my cell phone right now, and I'm fixing to start painting, but I was trying to see if I could share to the other groups on, I'm over here looking at this, I'm over here on my laptop. So let's see if I can get it to pull up. And it's still not. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens in a few minutes. I'll try it again. Facebook won't let me share anymore from my cell phone. Hey Dolores, how are you? And I don't know why they won't, but I was trying to do it from my laptop. So I have this. It's our little welcome. It's really not little. It's our Welcome Wagon. And that's what I'm going to show you. I basically base coated this with one coat of white. And then I base coated sky blue, black, of course the gray on the wheels and the black handle. This is lime green, number 10. This is number 16, light orange. That's number 4, medium blue. And of course that's coral. And then we've got light yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here. I have it on a little Lazy Susan. This is just something you can tell I've been using this a long time. I just put it on there because a lot of times it just helps me spin that around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shading my wagon part. So I have it in sky blue, and what I want to do is I'm going to shade in teal. Those are that's a color combination that I really like. And so I tend to use it a lot this time of year. I don't necessarily use it a lot during the fall, but I do use it a lot this time of year. And it gives you a really pretty soft blue. And I just kind of come over, trying to make the lip of that wagon right over the word welcome. Of course, I'm going to come back in a little while, and I'm going to make the word welcome stand out by putting some, by actually painting it. I haven't gotten that painted yet. And I will also come over here and do quite a few white highlights on this. Okay, so I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to pick up my number 13 shading yellow. Hope you guys are doing good today. If y'all didn't see the competition between Ashley and I, maybe y'all can go check that out. We had some fun, and that's really the main thing. We used, she and I did a jigsaw competition, about 30 minutes ago. And for years, that's how we built this business. We used jigsaws. We didn't have a CNC for many, many years. So we had some fun with it this morning. What a way to start your Monday. So I know that there's a number of you guys out there who want to make yard art, and you can definitely save yourself quite a bit of money if you'll cut your own blanks. Of course, we sell the blanks, but you can definitely cut your own. Now that I have my act together, I actually did all of our templates are online now. So in the past, if you've looked for our templates, you probably didn't see much in the way of templates. But now, in the last week or two, I put quite a few up. The ones that I thought were worth putting up. I have some that I was like, nah, I'm not feeling that, so I didn't put it up. But you can definitely save a lot of money cutting your own blanks, and especially those of you that are out of town, you don't want to pay shipping. So if you want to look up the template, now this particular template I did not make. It came from a girl called Waymakers. And so obviously if I didn't make the template, I can't sell the template. I can paint the piece and I can sell the piece, but I can't sell the template. It's not my template to sell. So she's on Facebook, and it's called Waymakers if you want this template. We do have the blanks in the store, so we sell the blanks, just not the template in this case. And also, if you're buying this, pay attention, especially if you go to the store. Some of these have the word welcome engraved on there and some do not. because we had some folks that were saying they wanted Welcome and some folks said that they did not. So we actually have a number of them in the store with Welcome and a number of them in the store that don't have anything etched, no Welcome is etched on there. Sometimes people have their own Cricut or Silhouette and they want to do their own wording. So that's something you can definitely do if you know how to make those letters. If you know how to make stencils or do vinyl lettering, or there's a number of ways you could do it. Now in the middle is coral, and what I like to do with coral is I'll put this Christmas red or number 20 red on that coral, kind of, because the coral is very close to the light orange, and if you're not careful, these two are going to start looking a lot alike. So I want this more on the red side and that more on the orange side, so that's why I did that. Now I'm going to go ahead, if you notice I shaded everything starting in the middle and work towards my body. I shade this last. Why? Because if this is shaded and I'm constantly reaching over it, I'm not doing anything but get paint all over my elbow or any of that. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to shade this part last, and this is like the sun, and I just put some brush strokes on there. There's your shading. That's what I mean by the brush stroke. I just kind of come in there and put a brush stroke on there. Nothing too serious. What's the material you're painting on? Sarah says, hey Sarah, I'm so glad you're here. And let's see, hey Con, my sister Connie's helping me out. We use something called MDO, medium density overlay. It's a signboard material. It's not a material that you're gonna find sitting on the shelf at like a Home Depot. And so if you want MDO, you need to go to one of two places. What we would consider a true lumber yard, which would be, you know, basically not a Home Depot, just a place that sells lumber. Your big box stores are not gonna have it. Or you could go to a sign supply place. You could do that. If you really can't find any of that and you just wanna cut it out of plywood, you can do that. It just is not gonna last as long. So, in fact, if I have, hold on a minute, I might have something to show you. So let's say that you can't find MDO, or you can't, I was gonna say you really didn't want to pay the price for it, but now the way the materials have gone, I don't know that MDO is gonna be any more expensive than anything else. But if you want to paint on, say, like a birch plywood or something like that, the problem with that is you're gonna have trouble typically with the sides are gonna split out. But you can help yourself a lot by using something called a 3M edge sealer. And you would put this just on these edges of your plywood right here. You could put that edge sealer right there along that edge if you're going to use a plywood. Now, I don't use edge sealer just because I don't need it because I have MDO. But if you don't want to use MDO, you could use the edge sealer on a piece of plywood. But I was going to say you'll save money buying just regular plywood, but the way materials have gone up so much, I'm not sure that that's even true anymore. So I took my gray and I mixed a little bit of it with some black, because we do not actually have a shading gray in our palette. So what I did is I just took some black with that number 24. All right, now I'm going to pick up the script liner. That's this brush right here. Some people use like paint pens to outline. I use a script liner. It's like a number 4, okay? And I think the secret to script linering, let me see if I got my paper, here we go, I forgot one color, is to make sure that you've got a good brush and make sure that your paint is watered down. Because if your paint is very gummy and thick and sticks together, it's not, your script lining is not gonna go very well. So I'm gonna put some water in here, and then I'm gonna stir and stir and stir. Then I'll be ready. I've got a sky blue here, a teal shade, and I'm gonna outline it in a navy blue. So I have 3 blues on my wagon before I finish. So I'm gonna stir that water in there pretty good. And you can tell I've got it kind of pretty doggone runny. It's a little thicker than the consistency of water, I'll say that. You don't want it like water. That's too water, that's too thin. And I just take my script liner and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna do this. Just kind of go back and forth. Kind of running that down into that CNC line. Now you definitely could outline this in black. You don't have to use the blue, but I just like the blues together. So I'm gonna do this part in my blue. Notice I'm base coating and I'm shading and I'm highlighting my wagon first. And then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna do the words welcome. Whatever you're gonna do last is gonna appear as it's on the top. So that's why I'm doing that. So what I'll do is I'll put that blue away, and then using the same script liner, I just washed it out a little bit, and I've got black, and I'm getting a mess over here, y'all. I'm making a mess. I've already watered down my black, so I'm gonna come in here, and I'm just going to touch this up really good, making sure I got everything covered and making everything look nice and clean as far as my brush strokes. And I'm gonna do this. And again, I have quite a bit of water in that brush. And I'll pick up my brush and I'll just kind of make a stroke there, okay? Now I'm gonna come in here. This black paint is a little bit, honestly, it's a little too watery, honestly, but I'm gonna work with it anyway. And you can tell it's too watery because I'm dripping over here. So I'm gonna pick that up like that on here. I'm just gonna rub that on the table. The reason I'm gonna keep using this paint is as soon as I get some of the paint out of here, I'll put some more paint in here and it'll be the right consistency. Right now it's kind of full, so I can't put any more paint in there. Notice though, when you're doing your lettering, I recommend using a lot of paint because you've got those CNC lines you want to cover up. And to me, lettering on yard art, you're going to see it from the road, so you really need it to be kind of thick, and you need to have good paint coverage if you want to read the lettering fairly easily. And I just keep dipping this brush back and forth inside of my little 2-ounce cup that I get at Sam's. And I just keep dipping and getting more paint. That's all I'm doing. Going in between these CNC lines. There's a CNC line etched on each side of the letter. So I've got 2 lines, and I'm just painting in between those 2 lines. And sometimes you just have to kind of sit here and play with your lettering and just get it the way you want it. A nice, straight, good, clean line. A lot of people have asked me over the years, do you freehand your lettering? In most cases, I'm gonna say I do not. There are some cases I do, and let me tell you why. I have earned my living by doing yard art for a long time. Free-handed lettering is really pretty and I really like it, but it's not the easiest thing to do timely. So if I have to freehand everything, then I would literally never ever sleep, ever. And I don't get a lot of sleep on some days anyway, because of the volume of work. Now, if you don't have to worry about that, and you can do some free-handed lettering, I think it's beautiful. I really do. In most cases, you may have to practice a little bit till you get the hang of it, but I just cannot spend the time on it and get everything else done that I need to get done. So I don't freehand a lot. All right, I almost have the word welcome, and notice how my welcome sits on top of all the other brush strokes that I put on this piece, because when you're talking about lettering and words, you want that to be on top of everything else. Let me show you. I'll turn it around this way. And I have a lot of paint on there, y'all. See? There's a lot of paint, so I can't hold it up too long. But I'm going to just keep on with my black paint. I'm making a mess over here. I'm going to keep on doing the outlining over here on my flowers. Checking to see if you guys are still with me. We will probably be on, I'll probably be on live again tomorrow. Ashley and I will be doing quite a few lives in the next few weeks. trying to get really caught up. We tend to do more lives in the summer. And then those of you that have, like, if you followed us last year, you'll kind of notice we don't do near as many lives in the fall. And that's because we are really stretched real thin during the fall. So we try to do a lot of lives, like we do all of our Christmas in July. So if you are interested in any Christmas, make sure you hang out with us in July, because that's when we will be doing Christmas for you guys as far as the Painters Club. And that way, if we bring all of our Christmas out, hey Jennifer, how are you? I'm glad you're here. I'm painting a welcome wagon. So if we get all of our Christmas out in July, then that gives you guys months to paint it. You know, we do all the tutorials in July, knowing that a lot of you guys may not do anything necessarily in the month of July, but you'll start planning what you do want for Christmas. So we will do a lot of lives in June and July. And then you'll kind of notice they'll trail off starting in September. Even in August, we still try to do quite a few because we'll be doing fall stuff in August. But Christmas is the biggest draw, so that's the one we have the most inventory on. And all I'm doing is I'm just kind of dipping that paint and that brush in that paint over and over and over and over again. And then of course just following my flower, at this case right here. So this month in June, I will be doing the cow, the camel, and the donkey for our nativity set. And then in July, I'll be doing wise men. I don't know if I'll get the shepherds in July. We may have to do the shepherds in August. But either in July or August, we will have everything done, as far as we'll have everything cut and all the lives will be done for those of you that are wanting Christmas nativities. I think in March we started with Mary, and then April we did Joseph, and in May we did baby Jesus and 2 lambs in May. Yeah, I did 2 lambs and baby Jesus. And then June we're doing cow, camel, donkey. So that gives people an opportunity, for those that are really interested, and just kind of, you know, budgeting out throughout the entire year if you want the whole set. You absolutely, you know, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of people who just basically do Mary and Joseph, you know. So there's a lot of pieces to a nativity, but if you kind of spread it out all year long, it's not near as much work. Well, it's still the same amount of work, but it doesn't seem as much. So, all right, I'm almost done here, and I'm gonna put some white on this little guy, show you how to put some highlights on here. Yeah, I think I have all of my outlining done. Okay, same brush, I'm just over here and I'm washing it out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some white on here. I use the same brush for highlighting and for outlining. Y'all, I missed a piece over here. I gotta go do this. Sorry about that. Let me do this right quick. I totally missed that. And I gotta do that. Are you guys having a good Monday? Y'all tell me if you are, if you're not. It's Monday, and honestly, for Monday, my day's going pretty good. I'm in the club? Okay. Maybe that's why I couldn't get it to show up on Painters in the Making. Debbie, I swear to you, I went into Painters in the Making. I didn't go to Painters Club. Y'all, I cannot get over this. Sometimes I think I'm not the smartest person, and well, I'm just not a smart person, period, sometimes. Maybe that's why I can't get it to show up over here in Painters in the Making. Okay, did that. Okay, so I'm gonna put some white on here. I'm washing that brush out again. Now I'm using white paint, and I basically watered it down quite a bit already before I came on here. And I think the secret on this black on white for your tires is less is more. And I'm gonna show you in a minute. I'm gonna hold my brush strokes. I'm gonna hold this piece up, and I'm gonna show you how my brush strokes are not perfect on these wheels at all. It's just not. And I'm not trying to make them be perfect. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this over this way. What? I really got too much white paint on there because it fell. I had a bobo boo-boo kind of thing. So what I do on my flower, I typically do 2 of these. You don't have to. You can put as many or as few as you want. But I think you can see by the time I start putting white on this, it starts making it look really, really much brighter than it did before, I think. Great Monday. Good, Dolores. Good. Somebody... Debbie said somebody needs to take my access away from the Painters Club. I think you're right. I think you're right. Dolores, I'm so glad you're having a good Monday. I'm having a pretty good one too. You know, Ashley lives in Conroe, and we had a little friendly competition a while ago, but so she doesn't come over a whole lot because it's an hour and probably about an hour and 10 or 15 minutes from here. So any day that you get to see your kid, your grown kid, I always think that's a good day, you know. And it's not like we don't ever see her. We see her, but, you know, living an hour and 15 minutes away, you don't see her nearly as much. Okay, I got a little bobo here I'm fixing to fix. I'm going to show y'all this finished piece, and you're going to see how cute it looks. When I say bobo, it's not even really a bobo so much as it is I just didn't outline this part like I should have. There we go. I got it. I think I got it, y'all. I want to see one white over there. And then I'm going to show y'all when he's done. The Welcome Wagon. Remember, if you decide to do this, we have some in the thing. Some of them have the word welcome on here, and some of them do not. So depending on what you want. You may want the word welcome, you may not. I'm going to show you this. I am not, now, tomorrow or later on this afternoon, after this thing is really dry, I'm going to come on here. I'm not going to come on here. I'm going to put some white on this word welcome, but right now that welcome is very, very wet. So you kind of get an idea. So there is, I started with a light blue, shaded in teal, and outlined in navy. Of course, I've got black on my wheels and gray in the middle. I'm going to kind of get up here so you can see this part. Light orange, coral, medium blue, lime green on my trees, and light yellow here. And that's it. Pretty easy. Hope you guys can have a great Monday. If y'all didn't get to see the competition, go back and watch that video. It's like 7 minutes. It's real quick. White on my leaf. Ooh, she's so right. White on my leaf. Let's see. Let me try this. White on my leaf. I'm making sure. Is there anything else I missed, y'all? I don't think so, but I think she's right. I did miss the white on the leaf. There we go, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll be on tomorrow doing something. I'm not sure what it is we're doing. Which live we'll be doing, but we'll be doing one of them. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.